So yesterday we had a snowstorm, and that then led to warmer weather and rain, and now we have a lot of water sitting around. And it's supposed to get really cold tonight, so this is all going to freeze. But this video is about the sidewalk. Because it points out a problem. I plan on redoing all this sidewalk here. But you can see it's too low. We have like ponding water right here. And even if I straighten this out, let's say I rip these up, put in some fill, flatten them out, it's still going to be ponding water because it's too high here. It can't go there. And it really can't go that way either. Unless this was a lot higher. So this is going to be like an ice skating rink right here come tomorrow. And that's like 3 or 4 inches deep right there. But there's no way it can get to the road. And it can't get past that. So now what I'm thinking is, why would I rip these concrete pieces out? Why don't I just put crushed stone on them and put the new sidewalk right up on top, because I need this up about 5 or 6 inches. Then the water will stay off the sidewalk when this happens. Even during the summer we get ponding water, but right now the ground is frozen, so it can't seep in. Now here, this could be, the driveway could stay the same, because if I keep that cleaned off, then the water would run out on the road here. And I could make a conscious effort to do that. In fact, I probably could clean it off right now so it would run out there good. So if I was to raise this up right here, because we have ponding water right here, it's going to come off that hill for sure. And it's going to come right down through here. Now from here over is where I need to repair. So rather than maybe take this one out right here and start ramping it level, but much higher. And that way the tree, even though it's really high right there right now, if I bring this up 6 inches, that's going to bring it about even there. And then it could slope down to the driveway. That could run off that way. And then in between these big trees, raise all that about 5 or 6 inches. And that way I wouldn't have this problem. See, the other thing you have to remember is every time they redo the road, they raise it. That's just human nature. You know, water runs downhill, so if you raise it, you get rid of some of your water problem. But the problem is, up here, this was put in, I think, 1917, this sidewalk. I'm quite sure we could make a bet and be correct that that road was much lower back then. But who knows, it could be a foot higher now than what it was. So the problem is, then you put in a curb and there's no way for that water from this sidewalk to get to there. So we have lots of water here, a few inches, and this is going to be iced by tomorrow. So instead of, I don't have to redo this sidewalk, but if I do, I really should just go over top of it again. That way I could get it sloping away. It could run into the road or back behind me into the road. So either way, this time of year, the sidewalks turn into trenches. And it's okay until you get warm weather and then freezing weather. So, kind of glad this happened because I've been thinking I really need to tackle the sidewalks down here. I think I'm going to try going right over top of them. And I bet it's going to work. Okay, so we'll come back at that thought. We already have a bunch of bluestone ready for it. We have some crushed stone. We can get a bunch more. But about right in here, we start elevating it up. And we get rid of those swamp holes. Gosh, 5-6 inches would be great. Okay, and with the crushed stone underneath, it can seep in between too. I mean, sure, maybe not when everything's frozen, it wouldn't, but it should be able to run off to the side more. Here we don't have a curb, so I could even veer a little trench and try to keep that clean so that stuff coming off here has a way to get out to the road, because it may not be high enough there, or it may not come up that high. Okay, anyways, if you're doing any sidewalks, make them higher than what you think, because the road's going to get higher eventually and everything else will probably get higher. Okay, let's go in and work on some other projects.